Hi everyone, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. I'm so happy you are here. Hi Krista.
Hi.
Hello Jennifer. Good to see you, Kate. Hi Dina. Okay, ladies, so we're waiting a couple of minutes to see if more people will join. First of all, you are very welcome. My name is Sonia. I'm the head of Allies at the TTC. Today, we are going to talk about this info session is focused on the Transformational Travel Design Program. I'm going to give you an introduction to what we do at the TTC, but very briefly, and then we are going deeper in the course. I see here Natalie joined. Hi, Natalie. Good to see you. And also Susie is joining as well. Feel free to share in the chat your details if you want to share social media, LinkedIn profile, website. We can use this also as a way to network with like-minded people that I'm sure all we are. And also, I would like to hear very briefly, like 20 seconds, about who you are, where are you based, your name, if you have a business, also to know more about you. Hi, Susie, welcome. Two Susies we have. Okay, so I'm gonna start in order and I have it on my screen. So if you're gonna start, Krista, and then Jennifer.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Krista Fabian. I'm based in Chicago, USA. I had another career in the past working with artists doing international exchange programs, but I've recently transitioned into the travel industry. So I have a company. It's called Fortuna Redux Travel Experiences. Fortuna Redux being a Roman goddess of travel and safe return, and just launched it in January. So I'm very new to this. What I'm doing right now is not booking travel, but assisting families mostly with planning trips that are, transformative and responsible and all of that. So I do a lot of, I'm currently training to be a travel coach and I do itinerary planning, but I'm also really interested in how all of this translates to like young people, right? In terms of like creating travelers who have this kind of sensibility from the offset. So I'm kind of, again, new to the industry, but I've been following what you're doing and I'm really, really interested in it. And also, Sonia, I am fascinatingly interested by your map in the back. Is that like a puzzle or a coloring or a piece of art? And can we get one?
That's actually, well, it's a long story. It's a vinyl, but right now is a picture. So it used to be my office. It used to be a real background. Now it's a fake background, unfortunately. But just we moved houses, and I said until I'm gonna do something similar, I felt very sorry I could not take the wall with me, So that's a vinyl I bought online. I think it was Etsy. So I found it on Etsy.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Krista. Very interesting what you do, and congratulations to start this adventure. Okay, so let's hear from Jennifer and then Natalie.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Corbeau. I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Southwest United States. I am very happy to be here. I just learned about the TDC, and I have a business called Spiral Path Journeys, and it's a transformation through travel business where I lead women's retreats, and I also have a solo travel coaching program for women, really encouraging and supporting women in doing their own solo travel, especially, maybe women, 40s, 50s and beyond who are in a different phase of their life where they're looking for a new path and a new way to really reconnect with themselves. Very happy to be here.
Thank you, Jennifer. Very important the work you do, definitely. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so let's hear from Natalie and then Susie Chow.
Hi, my name is Natalie Curry, and I have an experiential leadership development company, Natalie Curry Enterprises, Inc. And our work is very immersive. We use all the 5 senses, or 6 senses, if you will, in our work with leaders and their teams. And I'm always looking for new places to take folks to help them expand their horizons and discover things about themselves that they can't often discover when they're sitting in their offices.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Thanks, Natalie. Okay, Susie. Susie is one of our graduates, and at the end, we are going to hear about her experience. And if you want to tell us a little bit about you, Susie, and then we will hear from Kate.
Yes, my name is Susie Chow. I am in Denver, Colorado. Although, Krista, I lived in Chicago for 18 years. And we have a lot in common because I also work with families and really helping them to create thoughtful and intentional itineraries. I also specialize in sabbatical travel, not just for families, but just anybody in general. That's a passion area of mine. My background's in management consulting, and I took several sabbaticals during that time. And that really led to my passion and wanting to help people take those sabbaticals, because it is a big leap, whether it's a month or a year, and helping them through that whole planning and preparation process to make that as smooth as possible. And as Sonia just mentioned, I just graduated from the last design program that was held in January and February. So I'm excited to talk more about that later and share my experiences.
Thank you, Susie. I'm so happy you're here with us today. And for those who just joined, we are quickly introducing ourselves before we get started. And feel free to share your details, social media connection, website on the chat as well. So let's hear from Kate and then Annie.
Good morning, everybody. I am in Seattle. I'm Kate Rickard, she, her. You can see from this giant fake W behind me, I work at the University of Washington, and I lead our alumni travel program. So many universities, including ours, have educational travel programs available to alumni and friends and family members. And so we send approximately 40 to 50 trips a year to destinations around the world, mostly small group journeys. And so my background is in more traditional travel agent, travel planning. I worked at a tour operator for a little while, but am just really passionate about bringing groups of people together to learn and grow and experience transformation on our tours. And I have to say too, Krista, I grew up in the Chicago area, so we've got some good Chicago connections.
That's great. Thanks, Kate. And yeah, we are all about transformation here. So far, everybody's in the right place. Let's keep going with Annie and then Susie Minor.
Hi, my name's Annie Sim, and my company is The Table Less Traveled. And I'm also based in Seattle. Kate, you look very familiar, and I had previously had conversations with Pauline years ago. Anyways, The Table Less Traveled is a boutique tour operator. We focus on, sorry, my small child who is not yet at daycare today.
No problem.
We focus on bringing people into the homes of locals on our small group tours to Italy, Peru, Malaysia, and Japan. And our emphasis is really on using food as a conduit to conversation, but really how to build connections with different communities and how to kind of fast track relationships for people who want to get more out of their travels than just seeing the sights. So obviously that's relevant here, but I've known about this for a while, but didn't really know about the programs that you all have. So I'm very curious about whether or not there's something that would be a good fit for us as we grow and we have new people who are designing trips for us beyond just me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing, Annie. And yes, we are going to talk today about the course. I'm going to introduce very briefly the TTC, but we are going to focus on the course today. So perfect. I hope we get all your questions answered by the end of the session today. Okay, let's hear from Susie and then Dina.
Hello, my name's Susie Miner. I'm in Arizona in the United States. I don't know if everybody here is in the United States or we have a global audience here. I am new to the party. I was referred to this organization through a friend I met. I'm currently on sabbatical, exploring a new career path and creating workshop and retreats. And so this is an introduction to this organization and to beautiful people and see what I can learn from it. And so I can begin this new chapter for me. Thank you.
Beautiful. I love that, Susie. And you're in the sabbatical and thanks for the trust and the person who invited you. So hopefully, I do a good job explaining what we are doing and what the course is about. Okay, we hear from Dina and then Rob. Wait, Dina, I think you are muted. Let me see if I can help you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Ha, I got it. Yeah.
Hello.
So my name is Dina. I'm Egyptian. I immigrated to the States, but then came back to Egypt for personal reasons. So I'm just fresh again in my hometown, trying to start to have a fresh start on all fronts. So my background was I'm an entrepreneur in general. I did a lot of experiential marketing. Then I had a hospitality business, and now I decided to pursue my passions, which are a bit of this, a bit of that, and a bit of healing and happiness as well. And I'm here to be inspired by what I'm going to hear today.
Beautiful said, Dina. Yeah, it's so international, different people from all around the world. I love that all together. Thanks for sharing, Dina. Let's hear from Rob and then Crystal.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Rob Williams in Vermont. I'm representing the male gender, apparently, here. I run a breath training company out of San Diego, California called Peak Flow, and we teach breath work all over the world. And I also co-founded a traveling nonprofit, a nonprofit for travelers called Trek Relief. And we run projects in Nepal and Patagonia and Mongolia, and this year Peru, and with any luck, Indonesia as well. So nice to be with you all.
That sounds fascinating, Rob. And I promise we are more male as well in the community. Thanks for
I did watch
being
the
here.
7-minute video, and I did see a few men.
Yes.
So
It's true, it's true. Thanks, Rob. And last but not the least, Crystal. Are you there, Crystal? Okay, maybe she cannot talk. So if you are there, Crystal, just feel free to share your introduction in the chat. I'm gonna share my screen and start with the presentation. Let's go for it. Okay, everybody can, let me see. Can you see the presentation? No, it's working. Let me see.
Sonia, I could see it. It just didn't look like it was on presentation mode. That was the only
I
thing.
see. Okay.
Now it looks good.
Now? Great, perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we going to get a copy of it sometime?
Sorry?
Are we going to get a copy of it sent to us later? Or
We are gonna send the recording after, Dina.
okay, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I just see Crystal says, sorry, sound issues. I am in Hawaii. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and interested in starting to provide travel like this. Separate business to build. Great. Okay. Thanks, Crystal, for sharing. Okay, let's go. For some reason now I cannot see it in my screen. So I'm gonna switch. I have two screens here, so hopefully I can manage this. The technical issues sometimes, these are things that happen. So usually these sessions are presented by Professor Ivana, which is the facilitator of the course. She could not be here today, so I'm gonna do my best to introduce the course and introduce Ivana first of all. She is a PhD, is the head of education and research at the TTC, at the Transformational Travel Council, and she has more than 20 years of university course design and international teaching experience. She's originally from Serbia. She's been working in Germany, in different European universities as well. She's associate professor, PhD in sustainable tourism. She's passionate about transformational travel, of course. And she also is a book author in sustainable tourism and research. And she now is focusing in regenerative and transformational when she started as well, I think at the beginning of last year with us. So about the TTC, or what is the definition of transformational travel? Because this is something that sometimes, we get asked, what is transformational travel? So this is the description or the definition that the TTC has about transformational travel. So it's about intentionally traveling. Intention is a very important word. Intentionally traveling to stretch, learn, and grow into new ways of being and engaging with the world. Okay, so it's not about the kind of travel, it's more about the focus is in the result, transformation of travel, but the intention and the purpose is stretch, learn, and grow. It's personal development as well. Okay, and it's not about us being a new version of ourselves, it's also like a ripple effect, the ways we will engage, because we will come back transformed, we will come back different, we will come back as a better version of ourselves. This impacts to not only us, but our families, our friends, our communities, our countries, eventually the world. Feel free to share if you have any question in the chat, and I will take them at the end, okay? So what's the problem? Travel professionals, the problem we are trying to fix here, right? So travel professionals are interested in transformation. We have somebody joining here. Marian, let me accept her. Okay, so travel professionals are interested in transformation for their culture and customers, but they need to provide an effective context, and they need to provide tools for, facilitate this change of behavior, this change, transformation. And travelers, they are seeking transformation, but the action of sustaining change here, this is the big problem. So I would say here's two problems. The intention needs to be there, but also how to sustain this change. Most people, many people have experienced that the change that travel offers and the transformation that travel offers. But then most of them, when they go back home, they return to old patterns and routines, and they go back to status quo, right? So we don't want that. And we know how, if we ever try to change anything, how difficult it is not only to change, but also to sustain this change. It can result in disappointing outcomes and dissatisfaction. So the failure rate can be up to 90% of sustaining this change, not only in travel, but in any area. So here I have some data, 20% maintain weight loss, 6% if you want to quit smoking, 8% the New Year resolutions, 10% fitness goals. So that's the problem, right? So we were gonna try to solve this situation with travel. So our course and our philosophy is based in the transformation economy. So I don't know if you ever heard about it, but if not, I will encourage you to check Joseph Pine. He has a very clear YouTube video about transformation economy, and he gives this example about coffee in the coffee industry. So he explains very well how coffee is actually a commodity, is coffee beans. We have coffee beans, right? And the coffee beans are, worth like a few cents. But then if the business, right, would take these beans, coffee beans, and they put them in package, they ground the beans, they put it in package, they put it in the supermarket, and they sell the coffee, is more expensive. It has more value. People are willing to pay more for it, right? And then he says, okay, and then we go to the next step. We have services. So if you go to a coffee shop and they take this coffee and they make the coffee for you, the cup of coffee is worth much more than the coffee beans, right? So people are willing to pay more for the service. And then we go to the next level, which is experiences. And in the coffee experience, he gives examples like Starbucks or Nespresso. So people go there not only for the coffee, they go for the experience. Also, when you do Nespresso at home, the whole experience of doing coffee is an experience. Or if you go to the Nespresso shops, you will see that it's also an experience. So it's the next level. But he says, Joseph Pine, that this does not stop here. It used to be, but now it's not enough anymore. Now is the next level, which is transformations. People now are looking for transformations. So this is where we are. Okay, so this is in the case of travel, it's not enough to have an experience for our clients, for people nowadays. They don't want experience is not enough anymore. They want a transformation from it. So I heard many people, I'm sure you also did, to talk about transformation, and many people, promises transformation, but not all of them have a base that they can that can be reliable, or that is like a scientific base. Like we are very, rigorous with that. So our methodology, our courses, we have experts, research based in positive psychology, neuroscience, also spirituality and mythology, but it's about being rigorous there is a way why people travel as a result of, why people change as a result of travel experiences and can be, followed step by step. So this is what we are been doing as a research, and this is what we are teaching in the courses that we provide. So the idea is to go from a passive and consumptive travel or experience to an active, proactive, and life-enriching practice. So reducing stress. There are many reasons why people, want this transformation through travel. They're going away from burnout, stress, depression. Sometimes it's lack of clarity, what I do with my life, right? And they want to boost this self-awareness, who I am, what's next for me, confidence, becoming a more confident person is a big one. People want to change to be more confident. Sense of belonging, maybe looking for purpose or meaning, whatever is the reason. So for what we, discovered, there are three main reasons why people look for transformational travel. It's the 3Ds: disruption, discomfort, and desire. So disruption is like something has changed for this person. It's like they are going through a transition. Sometimes life transition, sometimes it's career transition, but something has changed in their life. They cannot go business as usual. They need to change something. So it's something has changed. So they need kind of being forced to change. The discomfort is a little bit similar, but in this case, they don't need to have any change necessarily in their life. Maybe they are not going through any kind of transition, but they are not happy, or they know there is more for them. They can become more, they can have more. It must be more, right? That what's life, what they have experienced in life. So there is also this catalyst for change. And the third one is about desire. So it's like nothing is wrong, but I want to become better. Yeah. So catalyst, as I said, life milestones, sometimes just turning to a significant age, people turning like 30, 40, 50, 60, it can be already a catalyst to stop and see, okay, what I've done with my life, what I want to do next. But it can be life crossroads, new relationships, divorce, etc. So it's about use this catalyst, we use travel as a catalyst to gain different perspective, see different, do different, you have to behave different, and then you become different, you are transformed. So once said that, I want to introduce the course, okay? So this is about the Transformational Travel Design course, and I'm going to talk first about the content. So what's the course about? So in this course, when you take the course, and we are going to hear from Susie at the end to know her experience in person, but you're going to learn the roots of transformational travel and the philosophy behind. You're going to be given practical tools that you can help your clients or yourself to move from where they are to where they want to be. You're going to take that newfound understanding, these learnings, and you're going to learn how to bring it forward into your life. So it's not about temporary change, it's about lasting change, it's about transformation. And of course, you will show deeper commitment to the world, that you are committed to conscious travel, transformational travel principles when you take the course. So the content will help you to reflect on what you need to create a transformational journey, what needs to be done before, during, and after the journey. You will learn how to measure a transformation through the journey. So you can actually see that there is a transformation, how to make sure that what you are doing is good for the local community, for the travelers, for the planet, to make sure that the person who's facilitating the journey is a fit, etc. So what are the elements? So I kind of said it already, but there is a before, during, and after of the course, okay? So when we go up before, because this starts before the course starts. So before the course starts, Professor Ivana will reach out to you, and I will give you the pre-assignments, Okay, so this is you for to get slowly immersed and get used to what we are going to talk about in the course and have some reflection as well of your situation. And it's going to be, it's important, this pre-course. So if you decide to enroll, do not skip that. You need to do the pre-courses activities. And yeah, so some readings as well before you meet. During the course, so we have different formats. The course, it comes in different flavors that I want to explain as well. But in 3 days, we have the 3-day intensive. So the course can be delivered in 3 days, but is, as the word says, is intensive. Okay, so it's 6 hours a day. And yeah, so in day 1, these are the 3 days they described. Well, sorry, because we have also the 5-day intensive. This is a new course that we added this year. So if you're gonna go for the intensive course, we have 3-day and 5-day. Okay, these are the 2 formats for an intensive course. So the day 1, day 2, and day 3 would be for the 3-day intensive, and 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 5 would be for the 5-day intensive. So the first part of the course is about defining roles, the history, the beginning, to start diving into the basic elements about why and what transformational travel is. Then in the middle of the journey, we plan and prepare the conditions for your clients or yourself to have these transformational journeys. And towards the end of the course is more about how our work resonates with the traveler and the planet overall. So then we have the 5-week signature. Okay, so this is a longer experience. It's about 5 weeks, and this is we meet twice a week. Okay, for 2 hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's the same topic that we just described, but just you have more time for reflection. We have more time for, interaction, engaging with the community. We have breakout rooms. You have feedback from the experts as well. So there is a longer time for you to comprehension, integration, and application. So this is just depending on how is your system of learning? How do you learn more? Or even your schedule. So some people say, I only have 3 days. I just block my calendar. I go full in. And people say, no, I prefer to go slow and learn a little bit and then self-reflect, implement, learn more, etc. Okay, so at the end, we have the capstone project, which is my favorite part of the course. So this is not only theory. This is not only, inspiration. Actually, you are going to get out of this course with something very tangible that you can immediately implement in your life or in your business. We call it the capstone project. So you will come, some people come with an idea, some people come with some, service or something that they're already implementing in their business, and they just want to improve it. So there is no right or wrong. Everybody's a different, path of their businesses. Somebody just started, somebody's more advanced. So you will have personalized feedback from our experts about how you can, this specific thing that you're going to present in your project, how you can make it better, how you can improve it, okay? So you will have support about this at the end of the course. And yeah, Ivana always explained that you come with a seed, you plant the seed, and at the end of the course, you will have this beautiful plant that you can bring home with you and you can start implementing. I think I already explained that. Yeah, it's a market-ready product. So you will get out with something that's ready and something that you developed with the course, during the course. Okay, the formats. I already mentioned 3-day intensive, 5-day intensive, and 5-week, the signature course. Which format is for you is depending on how you learn, right? The 3-day and the 5-day are ideal for those who want a concentrated, immersive, either 6-hour or 4-hour experience with time for the capstone project at the end. Or the 5-week signature is more for something that's more balanced, with your work life or your, life, to allow more time for reflection, comprehension, time for solo or group, integration and application, because we twice a week for 2 hours every day. So you can have also more time for the capstone project. It's slower but deeper, yeah? This is some insights from people from previous cohorts. They found that the course is not just educational, but also emotionally and professionally enriching journey. is something that you co-create, something memorable and meaningful that goes beyond the community. So really the people who attend the course, people in the cohort, they do deeper bonds from the beginning. So I've seen collaborations, I've seen partnerships, ideas, exchange. Is very, very powerful and people stay together far beyond the end of the course. The course is a valuable source of experience and expertise from professionals from all around the world and a potent learning opportunity. Yeah, so you will see that we keep our cohorts small, so we want to go deeper. Average would be maybe 12, 15. It's never going to be more than 20. Now, some reasons about why you should join the course and you should take the course. So tools and design, you will get out of this with tools to design and create transformational customer journeys. You will have this community of like-minded people from all around the world, of professionals that are doing and understand they're in the same space and same page that you are. You can create meaningful travel experiences that are good for people, communities, and the planet. So it's not about only changing individuals, it's about changing the whole world. And for the market, it's also good for you because you will increase customer satisfaction, you will increase loyalty, you will have more, the values that will be more aligned personally and professionally with the travelers that are seeking these transformations. And you will be a TTC accredited transformer. So you will have this badge, this logo that you can put in your signature, in your website. So you will have the credibility and authority that you are graduated by the Transformational Travel Council, which we are leaders in transformational travel in the world. So the accreditations is this accreditation badge, as I said. You will have also certificate of completion when you finish for the course. We will put you in the TTC alumni page, so you will be there also, featured in our website. If you do the course, you have the opportunity to collaborate with the TTC. So, in other words, the TTC only collaborates with people who have demonstrated that they know that they are doing these transformational experiences, and we know that because we know they took the course. So if you take the course, you have this opportunity to do trips together and travel experiences together with the TTC. The values will be aligned, the accredited transformer, and periodic marketing highlights. Yeah, so we also send newsletter, and we feature our transformers and graduates. Requirements. People sometimes ask me the requirements. There is no requirements, basically, so the course is open to all. If you feel inspired, if you feel, it resonates with you, you are the right person for the course. Doesn't matter your background. People sometimes tell me, but I'm not coming from a background of travel. Doesn't matter. Neither I am, so I've found people here from the music industry, from any kind of industry. So whether you are experienced or just exploring a new passion, this is for you. Just you need to bring your authentic self, an open mind, and be ready to engage, be proactive, engage, grow, and evolve. Now I will share briefly the dates that we have the upcoming course. So we have the next one is a 3-day intensive. So this starts next week, 12th of March until the 14th of March. Okay, so is the last time we do 3-day intensive this year. So if 3-day intensive is what you want to do, this is the last chance to register for this course. This is 3 consecutive days course, 6 hours every day. And we start in this time zone. So we start at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and 3 p.m. Central European time. Okay, and there is an additional time, like 1 hour for your self-reflection and assignments every day. So you need to consider that. So here's the price per person as well. If you prefer, we have monthly installments, interest-free, so you can pay in 3 times if you prefer. Then we have the 5-day intensive. So the 5-day is, instead of 6 hours a day, this is 4 hours a day. Instead of 3 consecutive days, this is 1 week, one work week, 5-day week. And we have this one upcoming in April. So from the 8th to the 12th, it's not April, from 8th to the 12th of, it says March here, but it's April, okay? And the times are starting at 9 a.m. Central European Time, 3 p.m. Philippines time, and 3 p.m. China Standard Time. So this maybe is not so friendly about people in the US for the time. So it's more thinking about people in the other side of the world. But of course, you are welcome as well. And there is additional time, 2 hours per week, which is 1 week is 2 hours. Okay, and the price is 1,500 US per person. Same, the 3 monthly installments available. And last but not the least, we have the 5-week signature, and this we have 2 upcoming this year. We have one in spring in May, well, from the 14th of May to the 13th of June, and the other one in October from the 8th of October to the 7th of November. And in this one is the same course, is the same curriculum, just as the format is different. So the longer, the more time to go deeper and reflective, and more feedback you have and more opportunities you will have. So in this one, we meet twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 hours every day. And we start 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central European Time. And this is 2 hours a week extra. So the price for this one is 1,950. And you have also the monthly installments. So yeah, this is it. The presentation from me, but we are gonna move now to questions. Let me see. Somebody said in the chat, feel free to share it in the chat or open your mic or raise your hand if you prefer. Is the 5-week, 3-day intensive in person or virtual? All of them are virtual. So the ones that I share with you is via Zoom. Okay, so we do all of them virtual. We will do one in person, but I think it's only for graduates. But I may confirm that if somebody's interested. I think we are coming one in person in Ecuador, okay, this year. But otherwise, is everything online. Okay, I'm sure you have questions. I've seen somebody join last minute. Who was somebody joined? Or maybe they're not here. No, I don't recognize anybody new. Okay. So
Sonia, I can just, if there's not any immediate questions, I can talk about my experience. And
yes,
then
let's do that, Susie. Yeah. Okay, let's do
that
that.
might spur on some questions.
We are happy to share. Please feel free to add anything that you think I forgot. It's important, it's relevant, and also tell everyone about your experience as a graduate.
Yeah. I think maybe a good place to start is when I was in your shoes deciding, is this for me or not? And a little bit more about like who was in my cohort and some of those background details. So I discovered TTC in December, and it was for me kind of an immediate gut reaction, like, ooh, this is something that I need. However, our brain always overthinks, right? Like even though your intuition is telling you one thing, your brain can override that. So I decided to go for it just because I felt that, little twinge pretty strongly. And I knew that at a minimum, at least based on my business, because I am a travel designer, that I could learn some things that would apply directly to my, existing one-on-one services. The things that really drew me were, the beginning and the end, because everybody focuses on the planning and then the actual traveling. But the things that are honestly the most important overlooked pieces are the why, which I had done a lot of that work. But especially after returning, that was the piece that I felt was missing for me and my services, and that I was the most intrigued about, in terms of that circle that Sonia went through. So that was one of the things that was really, I was drawn to. And I thought, well, maybe there's like a course idea in here that I could create as a result of this. So that was going in, kind of my mindset was open to the experience. And I ended up really changing my business model quite a bit as a result of this, like in a good way, because there were so many seeds planted throughout the conversations, and Ivana does the instructor does such a fantastic job at engaging the group leading some really thought-provoking topics. So it is very interactive. It isn't, a classroom setting where you're just listening the entire time. But the goal, especially because this is, for people in business, is to be able to apply these concepts. And that's the reason why there's the capstone project. So, every single talk is really, related and goes back to, what's that seed that is growing in your brain that you could bring out into the world to really share this topic that, I think a lot of people, everybody in this room probably gets why it's important. And Sonia explained, the value of this, but there's such a gap in the average traveler's knowledge of what transformational travel is. And that word is often overused, misused. And, so we dove into that a lot as well. So really the result for me in the, throughout the conversations, throughout the course, and I did the 5 weeks. So there was kind of more time to digest some of the information, iterate my ideas, bounce some of those ideas off of the other, participants and even the instructor. So that was really helpful because the result was not what I was expecting, which is kind of focusing more on family travel, which I've always kind of thought about, but never quite did. And it just was one of those more intuitive things that I felt called to that particular niche. And that was, and now I'm like really excited about my business and what I'm launching. And so from that respect, it was a huge transformation, just, not only from a business standpoint, but also, I think personally, I learned a lot that I can apply to my own trips, which I'm excited to implement. And then the last thing I'll share just about like who's in the room for my session, we had a mix of destinations, and based on the introductions, there's certainly people that work, that aren't entrepreneurs like myself, but that work in businesses, whether that's for a destination, some, like retreat type planners, some people that coming from completely outside the travel industry, but have a background in transformation. They want to apply that to travel. So there are a couple of those individuals that, again, were like new to travel and really just wanted to explore that, and having those different perspectives, from people all around the travel industry was fascinating in terms of adding, unique perspectives to conversations and having a well-rounded experience. So I'll stop there. Maybe that spurred on some questions. I'm happy to answer anything, personally in my experience. So
that's
yeah,
fantastic, Susie. Thanks for sharing. I think it's important to get perspective from inside somebody who has taken the course. Let me see. Crystal says, I was worried before this meeting that I wouldn't quite fit or match with this, but I'm really on board. I'm so happy to hear, Crystal. And I know you cannot unmute your mic, so feel free to share any questions you have here. Okay, Dina says, thanks for the session. This is the email. Great, Dina, thanks for sharing the email. Who have questions? We have a few minutes for questions. I'm sure some of you, and even if you think, there is no such thing of a stupid question, and I'm sure the question you have, other people in the room will have. So, Annie.
I have a question. I think mine's a little specific, but since you said maybe somebody else has the same question. We actually just did a strategy session and retreat, really focused internally from our team on what does the whole process of our customer journey look like, and really trying to figure out and think outside of the box. And so we've already dedicated a lot of time to it. And I think one of my concerns, I can definitely see the value, but I think one of my concerns is, are we going to be duplicating any of the work that we've already done? And I guess I'm wondering, one, Susie, if you have any experience with that since you have kind of been through this, and two, whether there's anything, Sonia, that you think is a good opportunity for us to say, hey, here's what we've already done. Can you all take a look at it and share with us whether you think we'll get additional value from this course, or whether we've kind of done 70% of it or 0% of it or something like that, so I can gauge how much more am I going to learn and not waste anybody's time.
Yep. Susie, do you wanna answer
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
from your
Well, it's
perspective?
hard I mean, I can't answer your question with too much specificity because I don't know to what extent you've analyzed your customer journey and, you know, everything that has been involved in that. My gut is saying that there's always more to learn. And in terms of the ROI, you know, looking at that in terms of the investment of your time and money versus the takeaways, not only from the knowledge, but also the connections that you can bring, and also what Sonia was saying about if you wanted to offer this as a part of the bigger community, kind of going through this design program as your foot in the door to be able to have additional opportunities, you know, from a collaboration perspective. You know, I thought that I had done quite a bit of the why analysis and, you know, had a pretty decent view, you know, for how I work with my clients and what their journey was. But I learned so much. And again, you could have done something like way more intensive than what I was doing without seeing anything. I don't know. But I do think that there is value in kind of seeing the entire framework, because I do feel pretty confident. I do feel confident that there are pieces, not only from, you know, the specific lessons, but also frameworks and tools that are included that could enhance what you've already done. And again, my gut is for the price, the ROI on that, especially because, as you said earlier, you're really looking especially at the communities, and there's quite a lot of content too about how to ethically and get your foot in the door with communities, and doing that in a very in a way that helps the local communities versus, you know, just coming in, here's a bunch of tourists and, you know, not necessarily adding value to that experience from the community standpoint. So that piece in particular, I think is coming top of mind to me as a value. But, you know, may need some additional one-on-one conversations if you want to learn more, but that's my initial take at addressing your question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's perfect, Susie. And yes, Annie, feel free if you want to have a chat after to answer specific questions. I'm happy to, you know, reach out and we can set something individual for you. Okay, Crystal said just sign up. Yay, celebrated. So happy for you, Crystal. Yeah, we look forward to welcoming you on board. Who else may have some questions? Krista.
This is just a very logistical question. Let's say we were interested in the session, maybe I might be interested in the one in October. Do they typically sell out? I don't want to miss it as I, get my finances together and planning and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's just a question. Do they sell out, and how far do you have to sign up?
Yes, will depend on the course, because sometimes we have the last, this 3 days quite full because we have the last opportunity for 3 days. Depends on the course, we never know. But what I will tell you, Krista, is that if you are, if you feel you need to be there, sometimes life gets in the way of, us doing things what we really want to do. So it's about a commitment with yourself and say, I want to do that. I don't want to let any excuse or things that will happen to get in the way. So I'm going to book as soon as you have this, intuition, just book it. And then you cannot talk yourself out of it, because this is what happens. Our mind it's about change as well, right? Something is about to change if I take this course. So sometimes the monkey chat is gonna try to avoid this change. And no, stay in the comfort zone, stay where you are, it's safer. And this goes subconscious, so you are not even aware of it. And you can just, things happen and excuses and situations that sometimes are even real, not even excuses, can be something happen. But if you prioritize yourself and you make the decision, then it's a commitment with yourself and nothing will change that. If you wait until last minute, the experience says that something will come up and maybe you don't do it.
Makes sense. Perfect.
Okay, Jennifer, do you have any question? No, you good?
Actually, I have one question. How would we schedule just a one-on-one call to get a little bit?
Yeah, sure. After this session, I want to send you an email. But anyway, my email, I can put it in the chat. All you are welcome to email me. It's very simple. So it's Sonia@Transformational Travel. So you feel free to email me to reach out. But after this meeting, I will send you an email with the recording link and the links for signing up. So it's always easier for you with the options that we mentioned. And if you have any question, feel free to let me know. Just reply the email and say, look, my availability next week is blah, 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 blah. And we just schedule a call.
Great, thank you.
My pleasure. Who else we have? Susie. Do you have any question?
Yeah, I'm on the other spectrum, I think, from Annie, and just not being prepared, and maybe having a handful of ideas, little seeds, and not sure at what point I would be ready. If I'm so is there anything on my end that I could do to prepare to consider taking the course? So I just, I feel that a lot of there's just a lot of unknowns as far as even just the framework for what I'm wanting to develop. And so any feedback on that would be helpful.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, definitely. And I get this question a lot of time. So the way you feel, Susie, you are not alone. Many people feel this way, and it's like, it's too early for me. I'm not feeling ready. So again, this is the mind telling you you are not ready. You need to, you have to get ready to be ready to be ready. So it's like taking the leap of faith. And you've been already very brave taking this sabbatical. So many people want to do the sabbatical and they don't dare. So you did that. So it's a big step. So getting the unknown is uncomfortable. We don't know what will happen. But the change, the growth only happens in the in the unknown. It will not happen in the comfort zone. It will happen when you do something different and you step outside. So once said that, I will tell you that that's why I put the requirements there in the presentation, because there is no requirements. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to have any background. Sometimes it's just an interest, a curiosity, a passion. You can go from, you can be just not in travel at all and maybe thinking about switching to travel or just doing it for your own. So people take the course for their own knowledge and being willing to travel make in a way that changes. And you're in a sabbatical, you're traveling, so maybe you want to make it more powerful for yourself. And then if this there is some insight or some light bulb that happens there, you never know what this will bring you. But there are different people. Some people come with an idea or just not even an idea, just an openness. Okay, let's see what I learn. And they go back with a plan, with something tangible. Okay, now I have something that I can implement. And some people that are more advanced, they come with, as Annie said, I had lots of work already. You don't need to repeat anything that works for you. So if you have something that is working for you, don't change it. But this will give you some insights. It will give you some, ways that, okay, I can maybe make this a small tweak. And then everything, the experience will change and will be different just by implementing these small ideas. So it can be any in the scale. It can be from, 0 to 100, anything in between. You will get what you need. Everybody will get what they need from the course. Everybody will hear what they need to hear and implement. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
And just my initial take when you said that, and I smiled because by you saying that you have just some loose, teeny tiny seeds, that to me is you're more than ready. Because having just a spark and a little loose idea that is something that the course is specifically designed to grow. As Sonia showed you that little like seed to to plant analogy, like that's throughout the course mentioned. So really, that's you're more than you're ahead. There were people in my class that had no idea where it would lead. They just felt drawn to it and they felt like there was something there. So even having a seed of an idea of what could come out of this or how you might want to use this from, you know, a business perspective, you're ahead of the game.
Great, thank you.
Beautifully said. Thanks, Susie. Rob is asking here, can you repeat the starting time for the 3-day intensive? Yes. So 3-day intensive will happen from the 12th to the 14th of March. This is next week. And starts at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and 3 p.m. Central European Time for 3 hours, 6 consecutive hours for the 3 days. Okay, you are welcome. Any other question, Rob?
None from me. Thank you. Really enjoyed this.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear, and celebrating Crystal again that you join us. Very happy for you, and I look forward to have one-to-one conversations. Jennifer, Annie, whoever wants to, have a deeper, maybe, answering questions more personalized. Feel free to reach out. Okay. So we'll send you this email as promised, and send you lots of love from Ireland. And hopefully I can welcome you on board as well to the program this year. Take care.
Thank you. Nice
Bye.
to meet everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.